Carl "The Truth" Williams made a big splash in boxing circles a few years back when he came within an eyelash of beating then-champion Larry Holmes. It was a special moment. Since that time, the limelight has eluded.
Inside, and I'd push him around. You're the underdog. You might not think you're going to win a decision anyway. I would use any tactic I could early in the fight. Work the body early, also very important.
A lot of it will depend on how Marshall Tillman, how ready he is for the first bell. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr., Chairman Jerry Gormley, board members Gary Shaw and Richard Harrison, Deputy Commissioners Lawrence Wallace and Dr. Frank B. Doggett, attending physicians Dr. Dominic Coletta Jr. and Dr. Paul Williams. The timekeeper is Lindsey Tucker, and counting for the knockdown seconds, alternate referee Randy Newman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Harrah's Casino Hotel here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, let's get ready to rumble! 10 rounds of boxing. This is in the heavyweight division. The referee for this bout is Rafael Ramos. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks and weighing in at 227.5 pounds. He's from New Orleans, Louisiana. His professional record, 13-4-1, 10 of his 13 victories by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, Marshall Quick Tillman. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with red trim, and weighing in at 235 pounds, from New York City, New York. His professional record, 24-4, 18 by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl "The Truth" Williams.
You received the pre-fight instruction. Any question? Protect yourself at all times, okay? Obey my commands.
So there's a look at Carl "The Truth" Williams, and he does look warmed up. On the other side of the ring, Marshall Tillman does not look for a flash knockdown. How about that?
See, you notice this all the time, and darn it, you were right. You were right recently, and I forget which bout it was, but you were right about that, and you've been right many times about that. So I'm not going to dispute it.
I learned it from Sugar Ray Leonard.
Well, there you are. Who better to learn that from? He's been involved in boxing on a fairly good basis. Yeah. Notice we had the super bouts on today of him and Roberto Duran in their first bouts.
It was a real learning fight for him.
Yeah, was it ever? And you know, there's some analogy to be made here. Marshall Tillman, this is the second major heavyweight he's fought. Bone Crusher Smith was the first, of real epic proportions anyway, real major guys. And for this, here he is on national television. He's got to get over the early jitters he may have.
Work up the jab.
Tillman needs to get going, get himself in gear, and don't get hit early in the fight. Williams tagged Camille Odoms early in his last fight, and that was really the difference in the fight. From about the fourth round on, it was a very even fight.
And Tillman certainly wants to take this beyond the first couple of rounds, obviously.
Bring it up, bring it up.
His feeling is he can get inside and work like he did against Bone Crusher, he could make something happen. If he gets that confidence, it could be a tough evening for Williams. Who is still smarting over that loss to Tim Witherspoon. It wasn't a very exciting fight, his fight with Witherspoon. He was down early and came back. Witherspoon tired, and a lot of people could have made a strong case for Williams winning that decision. He certainly did.
Williams is a guy that has all the ability in the world. He has a very good jab. He can get you out of there. When he really comes ready to fight, he's very representative. His problem is he doesn't always come ready to fight.
He's had some bizarre episodes, that's for sure. And with it all, has still beaten many good heavyweights.
And you can see just from the jab he's thrown in his first round that he's an accomplished boxer. But in the Camille Odoms fight, he was out of gas after about 4 rounds. Well, that was one of the ugliest dances I've ever seen.
And you see not much movement from him right now. So he's using the stick, though, and there's the uppercut, which is a good weapon. Tillman can't back up and beat him. think Tillman's going to have to come forward.
I think that body shot might have gotten Tillman's attention, too. And the jab knocked him backwards.
Well, that's the jab that Williams is known for.
Good first round for Williams. Tillman really didn't do very much. We'll be back.
Very clean, step back.
We start the second round. Williams in the white trunks, Tillman in the black. First round was all Williams. Numbers in the first round, all Williams.
He was landing the better shot. Carl Williams wants this to be over with. You can see him. Oh, good right by Tillman. Williams shakes his head no, but then Tillman lands another good right.
Yeah, and that always means, of course, I'm hurt.
Usually. And you can see him tying up. Carl wants this fight to end. Oh, hitting on the break. That's you know what, though? I'm going to say that's okay. It's not okay, but it is okay. If I'm Marshall Tillman, I'm coming in here. I'm going to do anything. I'm going to Atlantic City. I'm from New Orleans. Fighters come up from New Orleans, and we've seen it in Vegas and Atlantic City. This is a burial ground for boxers from the South. He's coming up here. This guy's from this area. I'm going to do anything, whatever it is.
Well, it's his only real chance. See if that's a confidence builder for Marshall Tillman.
Well, he was able to nail Williams. I was saying, Carl wants to end this early. You can feel he's loading up. He wants to get Marshall Tillman out.
That's exactly what he did against Camille Odom, and the reason was he wasn't really ready to go the distance.
And I'm not sure in this case. He said he was trained. He was, you know, as he told us today, he said that 235. Carl said, I don't feel that heavy, but he looks that heavy, truthfully.
Combination Tillman. And an uppercut and a left hand behind it.
Williams not making much effort to get out of the way of those punches. Whether they're hurting him, I don't know, but he's getting hit with them. Tillman was able to do a lot of this against Bone Crusher. Like I said, many thought he was winning against Bone Crusher over 9 rounds.
And again, that may not be a huge right hand, but it's there.
And he's mixing his attack, Tillman. Going to the body and going up to the head. And Williams hasn't been as effective staying outside with the jab as he was in the first round. So Tillman's showing you that he can make a competitive bout here. Uh-oh, wow.
Just like that.
Whoa.
And he's up, but he's not in good shape.
Only 30 seconds left if he can hang on. I don't know.
Doesn't look likely, does it? That's all. They stop it.
And an appropriate stoppage. Well, Carl Williams did what he needed to do because he was starting to get hit with some punches. He didn't want it to go on longer. And he nailed him with the right hand. And that was a good right hand.
Yes, it was.
Sit down, sit down.
Well, it was actually, while it lasted, it was somewhat entertaining, and had it gone on, I think we would have seen some interesting action. But, of course, you don't know about that.
And your point is well taken. It looked like he wanted to get it over with, and you got to give him credit for getting it over with.
Well, he was standing flat-footed because he had to land some power punches against this guy. And we were conjecturing it's because he didn't want it to go later, because he might have felt that maybe that would take more effort than he was willing to give. We don't know. Tillman with his left hand, lazy left jab. And Carl Williams came with an excellent right hand. And that did it for Tillman. He landed a perfect right. I mean, that's as good a right hand as you're going to land.
Absolutely. Picture perfect.
And it was set up with the jab. Tillman did get up, but really wasn't ready to continue, and the referee did the right thing in stepping in and stopping it.
And Tillman appears to be okay. Officially, Michael Bufford is on.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Rafael Ramos stops this bout at 2 minutes, 37 seconds into the second round. The winner by TKO victory, his 25th professional victory in 19 by KO, Carl the Truth Williams.
So Carl the Truth Williams still laying claim to the fact that he could be a bona fide contender, and you won't find any doubters in the house here at Harris tonight. Quick KO for the Truth.
Carl the Truth Williams happy, I'm sure, with his pretty quick knockout victory. It looked, Carl, like you really were looking for a knockout early. You threw a lot of good power shots early.
Well, not more or less, because I plan on tempering it with caution anyway, because we had trained, me, Carmen Graziano, and Marl Bacon, who was sparring with me through the whole training session. We trained just to go in the box and when the knockout comes, it comes. The thing was, he presented it because he had his chin out, he had a low guard, and I just took advantage of it. You know, with the experience that I have, I just kind of took advantage of it. You know, wanted to redeem myself from the last way that I looked. When I had the flu, not when I was actually fighting, but I had the flu prior to me fight, you know. It was like a few days. I had just got over the flu. I had a 98 fever, and I had fought Camille Odom, which I beat him. I shut him out, but still I could have, you know, he's a good friend of mine. He's one of my sparring partners, so it was no problem by knocking him out. But, you know, I really shouldn't have took the fight, I should say, with the flu.
Now, you mentioned the right hand being presented. The left was very low after he threw a jab, and you were able to counter quickly with the right and throw it and really turn into the punch. Let's take a look at it, Carl. You can comment on it.
Sticking him, boom, came right over. Right, that's what. See, basically, that's what I did. I stepped. You know, I threw a little jab. Let's put the jab out there, and I just stepped to him with the right hand. You know. And
he left his jab a little low after throwing
it. Definitely did. You know, I don't know what he was thinking about, but you know, look at that. I was just looking to finish the guy. You know, I mean, at that point, it was, you know.
The referee did the right thing stopping it, I think, when you went back in.
Oh yeah, without question. The referee did his job.
Now he hit you in the round before that. Or in that round actually, it started to hit you with some straight right hands. And you shook your head once like it didn't hurt you. Were any of those punches a problem for you?
Al, they truly were meaningless punching. It was early on. The punches we both had, and I guess loosened up, because God forbid if I had loosened up, you might have to bring the police in here to carry me out of here.
I hope not.
You know, but I'm basically saying it was, you know, I hadn't loosened up because we had got into some really good shape. You know, I'm really in some good shape. I'm weighing 235, although, but I don't even look like I'm weighing 235.
Could you have gone a strong 10 tonight?
Oh, no question. No question. I was prepared to go a good 10 rounds. You know, but I was, like I said, I was tempering it with caution, and whatever basically happened, I was, you know, if he presented himself, he presented the knockout, so I took advantage of it.
Carmen Graziano, Carmen, you were mentioning how Carl has been really working hard on stepping into punches, and something that he has done much of his career, but not always, and that was in evidence tonight.
Well, he was determined after the last fight to make a good appearance tonight. Even though he won last fight, he lost marquee value. And even winning a fight sometime, but the win excitingly, as he did tonight, with nice jab, everything going, and he would have gotten better as the fight went. He was ready to go 10 rounds, legs moving, excellent. He trained hard.
All right, Carl, what do you feel like? We were talking today, you said you've got to put some wins together, be more active. What's your timetable now?
Well, I'm still looking at basically the same timetable. I mean, just because I knocked this gentleman here out, I'm not going to rush into a big fight and say, oh my God, I'm ready now, because I just turned down, unfortunately, $250,000. I mean, to fight a guy who I know when I'm in shape, I know I'll beat him, and that's Riddick Bowe. I mean, he's don't get me wrong, Riddick, I've known Riddick since he was a 135-pounder. We used to train together.
He was a 135-pounder?
He was a 135-pounder back in Bed-Stuy. I know, but that's what I'm saying. So I know him from way back, and I know he's a good fighter. He's probably the best. He's definitely one of the best contenders in the division now. And I don't mind. I look forward to fighting him, but just let me get into some proper shape and see what the thing is. After my last fight, he reached out for me. Manny Stewart reached out for me with Michael Moore, and there were a few people that reached out because they said, wow, this guy's ready to be taken. But the funny thing about it is I don't think I'll be getting any phone calls tonight.
Well, you may not, but so how long before you're ready? About?
Well, I say give me another fight or two, or maybe not even two. Okay. Just give me another good fight where I can put together a good fight, and we'll talk. We'll sit down and talk.
Congratulations. Good win for you, Carl.
Okay, thank you, Al.
Okay, Carl the Truth Williams gets his win and did it in impressive fashion, and he thinks, as you heard him say, he's maybe one fight away from what he thinks would be a big match in the heavyweight division. Now let's send things back to my partner, Barry Tompkins.
All right, thanks very much, Al. Well, we said he had to win with an exclamation point, and I think you have to say that he did that tonight. He put the exclamation point on it very quickly. When we come back, a fight that took place a little bit earlier tonight, and it was an exciting one, too, between Greg Thomas and Charles Brewer. That right after this.